Just let me take control and let your body ride. Just let your body rock. Don't stop, no, no. Don't stop, no, no. Don't stop, no, no. Don't stop, no, no.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Season 7 ETF2L Highlander on CP Steel, Week 7. We got tonight Highpander versus Chessclub here. I am Sigafoo coming at you with my friend Bulow coming at me co-casting. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you very much, Sigafoo. We'll be seeing how our first cast goes in a pretty big game of the season.
Yeah, this is a pretty. You're talking a little bit before about that. These are like the top two teams in like ETF2L. You would consider?
I would definitely say that Chessclub and Highpander are the two teams that people would expect to do the best. Obviously, Premtech have done very well this season and have picked up a lot of points, but you'd still expect that Chessclub and Highpander will be the top two at the end. In fact, this game kind of will probably decide who goes in to the playoffs as the number one seed.
So pretty much everything on the line here. It's like either one winning is going to get them the first spot. And being anybody who's not familiar with the ETF2L rules, if you end the season ranked 1, you get a guaranteed spot in the grand finals. So you get no worse than second place. And is there money this year on the line, as it usually is?
Yeah, I assume so. I haven't actually noticed. I think there is. There's probably some stuff. Maybe some mice, game pads, that kind of stuff. I didn't care, seeing as I'll let you in a little secret, Sigafoo. In the last, I think, 3 seasons of Highlander, right, in ETF2L, the number 1 seed has gone on to lose in the final.
Really?
Yeah, because in season 4, SNSD lost to Daruto 2. And then in Season 5, Highpander lost to Killswitch. And in Season 6, my team, it's all good. Sadly, we lost to Highpander. So, I know that pain. Maybe it's a poison chalice. It's a curse. You don't want to finish first.
Yeah, maybe we'll just see 2 teams throwing today to see whoever can do worst off today. Just because neither one wants to get into the first seed, It's
the curse of the first seed. Yeah, well, it is an interesting point. Because you kind of... if you're in the final, you kind of lose a lot of momentum because you're not playing any official matches in between, for 3 or 4 weeks, whilst your opponent probably is.
Yeah.
So especially at this time of year, this season, the winter season, because things get disrupted over Christmas. And in fact, on that point, the Highpander team, they're playing with a few subs today because presumably they have people missing because of the Christmas break. Bubble Bobbler is playing Engineer for them rather than Nayunin, who's moved over to Heavy. And Mookie is playing Pyro instead of Steve. So those are some pretty big changes, because Pidox and Steve would be very, very good players. Steve's probably regarded as the best pyro in Europe. Whether that means he's the world's tallest dwarf or not is another matter. But Pidox is like a big. He's a really good heavy, and moving Nayunin back across, it just seems like there could be some problems there, just because like not having continuity in your combo is quite difficult. And Mookie isn't even a pyro main, by the way. Mookie's experience in pyro is playing a few games in the Nations Cup with Finland.
Yeah, and here we are. We just both readied up, and we're already into setup. This is something I just want to talk about. Is I don't understand. They did this. I was talking before. Last season, I think, or 2 seasons ago, I cast about 3 matches of CP Steel, and every engineer. Okay, never mind. He has these on Gunslinger. Every engineer ran level 3s, and it just confused the heck out of me because it was never effective. Like I think maybe one time it was partially effective. You just don't see that a lot in North America, but looks like Bobble Bobbler switched over to Wrangler here as we're kind of getting set up. And is the tradition in Europe the same as in North America, which is you kind of passive hold A, give it up, go hold B, try to get a better hold, stuff like that?
Yeah, usually. I mean, a few teams sometimes go for a strong A hold just to throw people off, because that is a proper meta thing. If nobody's used to pushing in properly against a strong A hold, it can be quite difficult.
That's true. We got kind of a little bit of an unusual, but not a bad idea. I've done the sentry position on B here, and actually Demoman jumping into B, running into B spawn, and actually sticky trapping it, but he's gonna probably get caught out by the spy here. Down he goes, Hildreth.
Yeah, it was a little very bizarre.
I mean, they got A at least. I don't know if it was. I mean, it's a free death basically. He's gonna come back up in 1 second as we speak, and there was no resistance at A as that was caught.
Yeah, I'm surprised. The combo for Chessclub were on A, so I'm surprised that they didn't, deal with that a bit better.
Yeah, maybe the Hildreth, like, I didn't see if their combo rotated early or something like that. Yeah. So let's see here. We got both medics are at 100%. Here comes the soldier in, jumping in, trying to get something, but he's kind of waiting out. Heavy is where here comes Hildreth over the top, bombing in on the mech, gets 1 sticky off, and does get the force. So that's going to give a nice advantage to Highpander there, as they're going to get some free kills here. But again, the respawns are going to be so nice for Blue that they're going to be able to re-push in about 10 seconds with 100% charge here. That was good from Highpander, not just because they got the force, but also their players all were able to die quite quickly within the same time period. So, as you say, the respawn wave is going to come up, and really they should be pushing in right now. You can already see Pidox is in, and the push is coming. It looks like, yeah, I mean, it's true, but they are being a little bit stagnant here as I guess they're taking some free ground, trying to get some aggression onto the gun as it is going to get rescue rangered away. Is he going to be able to get out? No, he does go down with that mark of death, and look at this free. They didn't even use the Uber
is really
to get
bizarre
in.
play from Chessclub. They aren't even forcing them to use. Obviously, they're about to get their charge, so we'll see what happens. And they're holding in C now.
Do you think this is the plan that they're playing so passive
They must be planning to play passively because they haven't even lost very many players. I'm just surprised that they gave away a point like that.
Yeah, and here they get the Ubers are exchanged out. Breakfast Jr. does take down the enemy heavy and accidentally gets supported, or maybe purposely so. That's a little bit odd there, as the soldiers actually pushing in onto them, and they're trying to hold this B corridor right now. And Zoob does go down. And yeah, I mean, and a lot of times I see Highpander particularly tend to, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they like to go for an E push generally instead of going for C.
No, I think, well, most if they get momentum, I suppose the thing is that quite often the better teams will, if they get a wipe on B, they will just go straight for that E push. So maybe that's something Chessclub are wary of. But again, like, they haven't really done anything here.
Yeah, sorry, Sprayer just went down there. He was caught in at C by himself, getting focused down by about 4 offensive players. So I really don't know what is going on here. The passiveness is just not really working out for them. And they're getting C for free here, and the time that Highpander putting up is astoundingly fast. It's going to be 3 minutes for the first 3 points. And
yeah, and they are obviously going to have they have the full Uber charge now, and it's up to Sprayer. Sprayer looks like they're going to try and contest this D corridor. But there's not really that much they can do. Like, they lose Quintosh here in spawn. That's really poor.
Yeah, they're going to need a play or something to happen here to get a stab or a snipe on the medic, but I don't know if it's going to happen with Hildreth camping the spawn doors with the sticky trap. Breakfast Jr. coming around from the backside, but he's only able to spray from a decent range, and D's going to go down here. And finally, Breakfast Jr. does go down to a stab, and this is a D capture in what?
It's really, really bizarre. I just have no idea what Chessclub are doing. Like, where are their players? Where are they dying?
Just not coordinated. They're not together, and still, Chessclub has popped Uber one time, and probably has held on to his Uber for at least 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, something around there, and they're going to cap E. They got every player alive standing on the E point. They could be taunting here, and they're still going to win this game. As the respawns are coming in, I'm assuming they're going to come from, let's see, where are they
coming from the AC connector, or the C spot, C side, which is very popular now in European. A lot of people will just completely ignore standard pushing out towards the D entrance, because that's usually completely ineffective, and you see a lot of people going through C. But yeah, that's just, that is weird. Like, was there ever there was like one Uber fight in BC connector? That was it.
I don't know what happened there. It just seemed like, you know, they were just giving up a lot of ground. I think, you know, it's kind of similar. I don't know, you can correct me. I think Steel is played, even though you use the payload config, but I think it's a lot like payload in the sense of, like, in payload, usually, like, you don't want to give up free ground, because any free ground, a good team will take it aggressively right away.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw Highpander do. They on B point, there's a lot of ground given up. It's like went straight through on it. I don't know. What did you think? Like,
well, that's exactly, you're exactly right. I mean, Hildreth was stood in that, you know, just outside the entrance to B, putting up the stickies on the gun, which forced the gun to be, you know, rescue injured, and then Banana Man went down with the mark of death. But there was nobody contesting them. There was nobody putting any damage on them. There was nobody making them use that Uber to get through that choke. And I'm very surprised at that, because Chessclub are a better team than to just do that. So I'm kind of confused as to what's going on here.
if you were, you know, because you play medic, correct?
Yeah.
If I'm not. Yeah. Okay. If you were the medic, what would you be saying to your team right now with this 4-minute 30-second time? Would you be just saying, "Let's go, let's give it up, let's go for the next round," or would you just be saying?
No, because it's Steel. Steel basically will hinge on one wipe. If you can wipe somebody at a point, you can win. So if Chessclub are able to wipe, or at least drop the medic, you get the force, whatever, on B, they have every chance of winning this. I mean, I think there have been games between Highpander and Killswitch that have lasted like 8 minutes for two rounds essentially, and then also like 16-minute rounds. So it's a coin toss. But they need to get the force. They need something big to happen on B, otherwise, yeah.
Well, it looks like they're going straight for an E push here, as they do control the A corridor. Here they come in with the Uber on the backside. They got to be careful. The Pyro does rotate. Scout is on the point. Soldier cutting down the B corridor, and we'll see if the rotation is going to come out. It finally is. We're going to get all of the rotation coming through. Actually, no. Hildreth is going through spawn. Looks like Highpander's going to opt to go through spawn. Detonator jump onto the point. That actually might be kind of useful to do some reflecting here, as the Scout's going to go. And actually, is that a Conquer out? Yeah, it is.
Conquer out, yeah.
And he's going to be pushing them back into spawn, helping the team, and actually a little bit of a struggle going on here. Uber does come out at Hildreth right now, and that's going to come out, but there's nobody for him to kill. He's looking like he's going to chase down the heavy, but Uber comes out on the other side, and Hildreth's actually kind of in a cute spot, but he's going to get caught out by the Pyro. He goes down, and actually only 5 alive right now for the defense here, but they are finally getting the kills. For Milo taking down Tracker, but the Pyro and Soldier are on the point ×2. In 2 minutes and 38 seconds, the spawn times are slow. Hildreth does have another 5 seconds before it goes up, but as I say that, the sniper in heavy come around the corner, killing everybody. 4 alive for the defense. I'm sorry, offense here. And yeah, I think that was the chance they had.
Missed the chance. Oh, Quintosh actually getting a lot of damage. Yeah, he's got a lot of kills there. He's completely opened up this B side. But they've kind of committed now. By doing that, they've forced themselves.
Gotta go.
They're gonna. And the problem is if you fail the first push, you quite often just end up stringing in 2 or 3 at a time and failing. And with the level 2 up now, it's going to be really, really difficult.
They got some nice stickies coming out here. Quintosh does take out the gun, and they're going to just keep trying at the time. It was basically fully reset on here. I think it's a bad idea also just to potentially just go for, like have somebody stand on B, you know, and just like force them out of that spawn door. 100%
need somebody on B to be making this viable. I mean, you can see, like, Tracker has just run across the point quite randomly to reconnect with his heavy, because they've lost all coordination, and he's gone down. And
Yeah. I mean, this is just going to be about building your stats now. I mean, there technically could cap E, but
it just
I mean,
takes so long when you've only got 1 point.
I think it's like
there's a reason why it does. If there's a reason why people don't do this play very often, is because it doesn't really work. I'd have been if it were up to me, I'd have had a hard push on B first, rather than going for this cheese play.
Well, I don't think that Grenja Bob taking out Spur and Breakfast Jr. there, as Uber's coming in, does get a nice little 2K, but it's not going to be for much, as he's going to get taken out as well, and just a lot of players dying. Quintosh putting on some damage. Sticky's on to the point, but he's going to get pushed off. I agree. You know, it's just I don't know. I think the E push was not bad, but I think what they should have done is then had someone go stand on B like right away. You know, like, because they had a successful push, and just have one person, because even if it fails, you're going to force that, like, you know, and then you can, the whole, like, if you have A and B, holding off the enemy team is actually very effective if you can get to that DE side. I know I'm, like, a lot of acronyms here, but you know what I'm talking about. Like,
Well, as I said, it's why if they've made a strong push on B and gotten a lot of kills, then you can chain cap, then you can go on for E. Because you've got the positioning, whereas here they didn't, because they went for E whenever all of the Highpander players were still alive. You can only really get away with that if you get a really lucky kill, or you are able to completely outmaneuver them and sticky up both sides really quickly. I'm surprised that Chessclub kind of so limp there, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know why they just. I don't know. They're just. I mean, are they playing with any ringers right now? Are they?
No,
I mean,
this is the full Chessclub roster. It's Highpander who don't have their players. The Swiss Tracker is maybe not their main sniper. It's hard to tell because Chessclub have about 4 or 5 different very good snipers on their roster, because none of them seem to play for more than like 10 minutes. But it'll be interesting. Yeah, we'll see how Chessclub approach offense this time.
Yeah, I mean, that they basically pretty much a wash here. So then if Highpander wins this, I mean, that first half was under 10 minutes, I guess technically. It was 4:38, and then they weren't able to beat that. So yeah, it's gonna have it. But Highpander takes it here, and again, we talked about this in the pregame, is that whoever wins this is basically guaranteed the top spot in the table for ETF2L. It looks like we actually have the combo for Highpander. They're actually just gonna hold B. Do they have anybody on A?
It does not appear so.
Oh. I mean, if you want to be ultra safe, he'll just got a cute little trap here. I'm not sure if they heard it. We'll see if it catches anybody here. Outside the entrance to B, just a little bit above the overhang. And might be able to, if he holds on to it long enough, on that rotation, might be able to get the medic with that. Anything you see out here?
Yeah, Nayunim was in actually on A, and he's gone down really cheaply. He just got, I think, sniped down there. So they've lost their heavy for whatever comes next, but whether that... He'll probably be alive by the time they're pushing into B.
Yeah, and A is captured, you know, as expected pretty quickly here. We already got the enemy team getting aggressive here. The sticky trap not up anymore, and here comes the Uber, comes out, and actually they drop Quintosh right away. That is not good at all. And look at this aggressive Uber Sentry. I'm sorry, the Sentry was so aggressive. I really like that spot there. I tend to play that spot myself. Actually, that's even better than I. That's a really good spot because it's so covered. Anyways, the Demo Man went down right away, not able to get any damage.
Yeah,
they need to coordinate with a spy here.
And that was because Hildreth and Highpander are playing this defense aggressively. Hildreth was up there and he put 2 stickies where that resupply sign is. So as soon as Quintosh came out, he got, you know, he took like 140 damage and went down really, really quickly. It's the difference. Highpander aren't giving up this ground for free at all. But the E-cap's coming down, which will pull some attention away. And in fact, they've got their soldier and engineer there as well, and spy. So there's quite a lot of people here on E. So maybe this will split attention.
Yeah, Hildreth actually does get taken down by a tracker, so that's going to give a lot of leverage. And here comes the Uber, popped in over the top. Quintosh jumping in over the top, does get taken out, but the Uber is forced out of the enemy team. And it's just on the heavy, and he's actually by himself right now as he's going to get blasted back, but he does get a couple kills there. And that might just be enough, but here comes Breakfast Jr. around the corner. A lot of free ground being given up by the defense here as they're so far back.
That's really greedy
on the
building
side.
that gun again. I don't know why they're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a heavy. But here comes the Demo Man. He's going to be able to take that out nice and easy. They're trapped in that corner there. Quintosh taking down Hildreth, and that's going to give a lot of advantages. A lot of kills are coming out the way. Oh, wow. Zoob coming in over the top, taking down the medic. But they're still at least able to get that point. But Chessclub is going to stay alive, and once he starts healing again, he'll be able to...
It'll take him a while, because he's alone in spawn. He's just waiting for things to change. Change spawns. Yep, and then they all disappear.
Was actually kind of a big deal there because him not being able to heal anybody took it from being maybe a 40% advantage to only about like a 20%, 20-30% advantage right now. But here we go, as the B point was able to be captured and get this C point, kind of see how they decide to push this. Looks like okay, they're going for the E. They're going for the E cap, I think.
Yeah, they're going around. They're going to cover the D spawn entrance.
In here, yeah, here we go. Demo Man, Quintosh camping the E spawn door. There's only 3 ways you can get out of spawn. One of them is the E spawn door. There's a D spawn door, but this E spawn door is the quickest one to the point. And actually, here comes Hildreth around the corner.
But they've already sacrificed a lot of this position, so...
Yeah, and Breakfast Jr. the medic are holding very close. They do have Uber Charge ready to contest, but so does Hildreth and the other heavy. As the, I'm sorry, it looks like the soldier, is he able to get away? No, he actually went down as well. And so they got no one to capture here. And good rotation out of Hildreth and the other team to be able to stop this from even having a chance right now.
The position that Breakfast Jr. in isn't really denying Hildreth from stop spamming on the point. So I don't really know what they're trying to achieve here.
Yeah, they're just being a little bit, you know, I don't know, maybe they need to be more aggressive. Looks like Breakfast Jr. is kind of running away. Maybe they go for that C point.
Well, they lost Quintosh there. They just split up. Quintosh stayed up around the area, and Breakfast Jr. and Sprayer were just completely out of the game. They've been forced now. They've got the Uber exchange, but theirs is going to end really quickly. And they're just completely cut off.
Yeah, Tracker does take Bubble Bobbler down there, and they do have a decent amount of people around there, but they do need to get a play happening in this quarter. They need to get a spy in here to get a stab or something to cut them off, because basically Hildreth is doing a really smart job of not pushing too far, and so he's just, anybody gets on point, he's just doing it. And just as I say that, Tracker just running into that quarter, quick scopes the medic, and down he goes here. As Quintosh putting pressure onto C. Nice shot called out here, and Scout is on the E point, and this might be what they need.
No, this is much better. No? Yeah, and Zoom goes down, so it's all up to Yangpai. Yangpai on his own. Yangpai's very good. His DM's really top class.
Yeah, so it looks like, I don't know. I mean, do you think they're doing? Here comes the Demo Man now.
This is much better. Not that they've got control over the angles that they actually want. The problem is Sprayer isn't in a particularly good position for supporting his team here, or supporting the players beyond the point. And that's the real thing. Oh, actually, Highpander coming into that A side, so actually he is in quite a good position here to deny this.
But Breakfast Jr. doing a good job of rotation, using it 450 in constant heals to push, stop Hildreth to be able to contest this, but still no capture really going down. As much as they're doing a good job here and getting frags, they're not doing a lot of cap time on here. I think that this would be the time that you send someone to C. Just to get some cap time on it.
Spy, just get somebody capping. So you're either going to get it or you're going to draw away. And they've had the pop early. There wasn't a big enough advantage there. So, I'm not really sure. Chessclub walking on stickies though, so he gets away.
This is just kind of a really scrappy fight going on here. As, you know, no Zoob alive, so it does stop a little bit of the pressure. Hildreth actually going to be caught a little bit in here with the soldier over in that black box.
And Nayuna went down as well, quite cheaply there, like fighting 2 people at once in a small corridor whilst they spammed on him. So yeah, now things are looking better, but again, still nothing on E.
Yeah, they got at least a little bit of capture time onto that C point, but again, as you said, just even a spy or someone.
But they can now, Bubble Bobbler has put his wee mini sentry on C, so it's going to be very, very difficult for them to get a cheap cap there. So again, they're kind of not committed to the E push.
Now they do have Uber Charge here, but it looks like it is going to be forced off. Yeah, the Pyro and Scout are going to tag team up. Mookie does go down there with the back burner he switched to. The Conk does get popped out, but it's not going to be on anything. And here comes Hildreth. And actually, here we go. Mookie getting a little bit, I'm sorry, not Mookie. Uber is getting a little bit aggressive here. Does get the force off. That's going to be a nice, at least to spare them from having that. But Hildreth is going to take down that E capture and actually jump over the top, trying to get the medic here, but he's going to get paid for his aggression.
Yeah, that was a bit weird play from Hildreth.
Yeah, I think he's just getting a little bit too cocky here, but yeah, it looks like the medic and Heavy are caught in this corner, but somehow he stays alive with Breakfast Jr. on an 8K streak right now.
Yes, I do like that. Mookie, who, by the way, is on 5 points, just ran up to him and held on M1 with a degreaser. Quality play there. Quality pyro action.
Actually, Heavy goes down here. Medic is actually going to be chased around because he has nobody with him right now. He hits one rocket. He's going to arrow with the Scout. Going to keep it alive, but he's going to get called out. The Heavy is going to do it, and Breakfast Jr. gets the medic with his 10th kill on that kill streak. Mookie coming in, and they're finally going to get C here, but only 2 alive. Respawn's coming up,
but that combo to get C, except they've probably done this like literally 5 minutes too late.
Yeah, I mean, this time is going to be about, what, like 7-8 minutes now for a C capture?
Yeah, 7:53. But not
and they do.
They can get so many more players onto the point, because previously they just had like their Scout or their Pyro or their Soldier on the point, and Hildreth was just standing and putting stickies on it, and it's really difficult to cap when there's stickies. And you can see how much faster the cap is going down now that they've got that C point. Now the Heavy's on it. Breakfast Junior's been playing really well, maybe a bit too conservatively. He's not dying, and he's on the point. They're actually, yeah, they're going to get the point quite easily here.
Oh, no, my gosh! Yeah, we had one fall down the hill. Hildreth came behind the point, was able to get it, but they're going to get this point. Are they actually? Yeah, Heavy does. Breakfast Jr. does win that with his 13th kill on that kill streak, and they're going to cap that 40 seconds after they cap C. But that just kind of shows you kind of what you're talking about. Is like as soon as they captured C, 40 seconds later they captured E. You know, it just gave them that many more options, and kind of was allowing them to change the play style.
They got like Breakfast Jr. there, just walked on the point and didn't stop shooting, but. He's a Heavy. He's a 450p Heavy. He's an Uber Heavy. Like it's very difficult to get him off that point once he's spun up like that. Even though Sprayer did give Grunge Bob some of that Uber in the middle of all that.
Oh man, and they actually almost had a chance. I'm pulling for a Highpander there as Quintosh for Chessclub fell into the pit, and they had the Uber popped off, and nothing was being captured, and then the Heavy on the corner. I thought they might have had a chance of this, but Highpander, I mean, their first round, they put up, what, 4 minutes and 38 seconds on a pure 5 capture, so we'll see what they're able to do this time. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I guess we'll see. The A point is going to be lightly held again, and B point, we're going to see a sentry gun. A little bit unusual spot there on the B point.
Have a look-see. Yeah, I'm not sure what with this spot. It doesn't. It's not
really.
What does it do? It looks like
it covers
the middle ground.
Stairs. I think it covers stairs, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you can spam it. I guess you can rescue ranger it from around the corner safely. I think that's the benefit of it. But either way, Kazul goes down there. Spy not able to get a stab early out, but Hildreth actually does go down to Breakfast Jr. Probably doing his bomb in again on B here, as A was captured relatively quickly here. But I mean, Chessclub, they're going to have a really great game here. 7 minutes and 50 seconds is a lot of time on Steel to make a lot of plays.
We talk about momentum. Like Hildreth got the force first time in the first round, so maybe that's the difference. Maybe now, because he didn't get that, Chessclub are going to be a lot more confident. They're going to hold B a lot stronger, and we're going to see a much better game. So Zub comes in. Right, Zub and Hildreth come in and they get the sentry down. Grangeball gets down the Heavy as well, so this is actually... And he gets the force!
Wow.
The NG Uber! Oh dear! This is very cheap.
This is not looking good at all. Kissakale holding on to that Uber. They basically took that for free. Grangebob going huge with the Heavy stab and medic force. But there you go, Tracker taking down the enemy Heavy on right there. But still, this is now looking good as 7 minutes remain on the clock with the A and B capture. And I'm trying to see, what do we even got going on here? Yeah, we got the combo holding at C. But again, Kissakale has Uber. They can do whatever they want. We'll see where Hildreth decides to go with this.
They need to hold far back on C, see what Highpander are doing, and like make them use this Uber to get through a choke. Like that's what you need to do. Also,
And here
by the way, like shout out to Inso, by the way, in chat, who just said, "Why do all these spies sit around doing nothing?" Just as Granger Bob gets the stab on the heavy and forces the medic.
So I'm not.
Inso.
Yeah, we actually was a huge play out by Ubers though. The soldier on Chessclub on defense right now. He actually came in, killed Hildreth, and forced off the medic. So Kisakilla had the huge Uber advantage ready to go in, and actually that just completely shut it down. Yeah, and a lot of, just not a lot going the way. But Grinchbot does take down Tracker, so that's going to give a little bit of ease to push into the C point, not having that sniper in over the top. But be curious to see what they're going to do now as they have the teleporter that goes just outside the soldier coming in over the top. He's going to get one. The force does come out as Sprayer is down to 50 HP. And Hildreth is just kind of running in, suiciding, but he's going to get caught out trying to go for the medic. And
that was a bit weird.
It's going to get reset again here. Scout putting a little bit of time on E.
Really low right now.
I mean, you do get really quick respawns, and you do have a level 3 teleporter up, so you kind of can be a little bit more aggressive, but I think Hildreth, again, it's just getting a little bit. I think sometimes he's making these plays just to, I don't know, maybe make a highlight reel more than maybe the most sensible thing in the world. It's like, if you get it, you look amazing.
And he's playing this aggressively whenever he's playing with Nayunin on heavy again, like when they haven't played together as a combo for like a season and a half.
And Quintosh going down there to Hildreth, so that's going to give a lot of space. And actually, the medic is alone running to the E point. Sprayer does connect with his Pyro, but I'm not sure if he's gonna. They're kind of in a tough spot because they can. There's only about one spot they can run around here as they're holding in this lower E areas. Kazul gets a stab onto the sniper here, and looks like they should be able to take this point for free on C here, as they do finally get that called out.
It looks like they're finally making a push on the C. But Spear's got the Uber, because as I say, Kisakala went down very cheaply right after Hildreth made that weird play.
And actually, just as you say that, here comes the Uber. Medic is a little bit caught, and Kisakala going down to Breakfast Jr., who is Gerarding on complete flank, and wow, that shutdown of the C point. Only 4 alive in 9.
And he gets Quinton.
Oh my gosh, the sneaky heavy play.
Sneaky heavy plays.
Well, that was the only death they had taking down Quintosh there, but that is actually a pretty big deal, given that he has a 17-second respawn.
Yeah.
But the sunglasses are coming out.
Yeah, the losing the 40 seconds of Uber on Kisakala is probably a lot more significant.
That's true.
We're back in a reset. They've moved in a much better position to stop an EC point capture now. So it's up to Highpander. Yep, Highpander's combo's moving around to D.
So it looks like they're going to be trying to do the E push now with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock here, as their combo is getting in place outside this E spawn door, which is exactly what
it's a complete role reversal. So we're seeing the combo from Chess move through A.
And here comes Breakfast Jr., but they don't have Quintosh alive. Having a demo man in that BC corridor is kind of needed here to kind of get through and actually trying to Grenja Bob actually in a decent position, but he's going to get caught out here, and no capture time coming out. And
they've all moved around to C.
Yeah, actually, he'll just getting aggressive here. Quintosh might actually get dropped in this push. It's down so low, finally does get flash, and he's going to get saved here. But Sprayer down to 60 HP. The combo is staying alive. Quintosh did go down there, and just everybody goes down. The focus comes out. Engineer pick on the medic, but the gun is still alive. Engineer does go down, as well as the sentry, and only 4 alive, I'm sorry, for the defense team, but 2 minutes and 44 seconds here. They need to start doing something, and here comes Oobs onto the medic, gets 1 rocket onto him, has his shotgun out, chasing him down. He's got the whip out, hits him once, hits him twice, 3 times! Oobers with pick! Are you kidding me? Hildreth pulled out his melee and was not able to get that out there. The pick might have saved the round there. As Sprayer is going to have even Ubers now after going down just a little bit prior to that. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, Tracker, nice headshot, yanked by there. Close range headshot. That's great. This is getting a really enjoyable game.
Wow, yeah, so here we are in the reset at the C point, but they're going to be a little bit careful here if they're, they want to make sure they're in the right position. They are moving to this B corridor because you don't want to have them, sometimes teams forget the time, and they'll play too passively when an E push is about to happen here. So here we do, we got Hildreth jumping around the corner. He's going to start contesting here, as again, they're going to try to go for this E hold right now, but they don't have anybody on the point. In a minute, 30 seconds left on the clock.
They had that really strong hold on this D area, but then they didn't have anybody on the point. And this point will take a long time to capture. Because they'll probably only be able to get about 3x on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have anybody on it.
Zoob is just running around. Like...
And Hildreth goes down there to track her. Zoob goes down.
This is it. This is all over, I would say. This round's over. I'm sorry, the sniper on offense, they're taking down Tracker. I mean, that does give him at least a little bit of leverage. I'm sorry, he does go down as well. Uber is forced off onto this heavy here, but they kept going for this E hold, but no one's getting on point. Scout does finally get on point. It is technically possible for them to capture this, but they're going to need to play perfectly throughout here, and they have a little bit of that going on, but Kiss-a-Killa, just as I say, they're going down to Quintosh, taking down the heavy as well, and down goes the Scout. Any hope they have is just going away so quickly. And Hildreth's in on his own. He's gonna die probably. No, he does die. There. Yeah. So that was just weird. It was a lot of like their medic. Kiss-a-Killa died like quite a lot of times. Just when he was really close to Uber.
Yeah.
That's really taking all the momentum out of there.
And looks like they're gonna be sent up 16 seconds off on the clock. There's no way they could actually capture this, even if they had everybody out. And we're gonna be sent into a third round here. And,
like the rotation out of Highpander was good, but like whenever they had a strong D hold, they just didn't have anybody on the point. Like that was really weird. Like just watching, like Zoob walking around underneath towards C point while they desperately needed him to be on the point. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's what it really kind of came down to? Is Highpander just like they had good coordination, but just not? Maybe their flank was uncoordinated, or
it just. I don't know, because again, we'd say that Hildreth like jumping in there like randomly on the medic whilst his own medic was unprotected was a bit weird, and then his own medic gets like with like 80% Uber goes down to a few rockets from Uber's. Uber's really did a job on Kiss-a-Killa from what I saw, not just that whip death.
Well, Uber's had the big play in the middle of that round where he was able to kill Hildreth and then force off the Uber after they captured the first 2 points in like a minute 30. And I think that really slowed down the game.
Really powerful on this map just because it's so tight and choky. Like, if you're standing in a choke and a soldier's there, he's going to be doing a couple of 90 damage rockets on you. You can do an awful lot there.
Yeah, basically you get caught out against a soldier. That's always is like you get caught against a soldier and you're like, all right, they die now. Like a black box soldier in this map, so deadly.
Yeah.
I mean, was there any standout players this last round that you saw?
You'd have to say Uber's has played very well, and other than that, it's all been much for muchness. Breakfast Jr. was outscoring his medic and has 3 dominations. Right, obviously that's partly because he's playing on defense last, but he had that 12 kill streak on the first round. But I wouldn't necessarily say that was because of good play. I think that Sprayer and Breakfast Jr. were quite often not in a particularly useful position. They were kind of holding down areas that they didn't need to, and I think that's why they spent like 5 minutes like not really doing anything. Because Quintosh was off trying to make stuff happen. Not necessarily always in the best possible way, but he was off trying to make stuff happen, and Breakfast Jr. and Sprayer were just kind of holding whilst on offense without any real support. So whilst they can gun down like any random player, like a Mookie Stupid Pyro running in M1 just to bump up his stats, they weren't doing anything. As soon as they got the C cap, as soon as their combo went into C, they got the C cap, and then 40 seconds later they got the E cap.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting looking through here at the stats, kind of with everything. So Uber's, the soldier for Chessclub, has out-damaged Quintosh by about 200 points. I mean, he's just doing, kind of to your point, easy work this game. Quintosh, I can't even say. Quintosh, there we go. He's not doing too bad himself, only about 1,000 behind Hildreth. And actually, here's the surprising fact that Hildreth has only 1 more death than Quintosh. So I think Quintosh just keeps getting caught out in weird position. I think Hildreth is suiciding at weird times, and I think Quintosh is just like, I don't know if he's overextending or just a little bit out of sync with his medic, but he seems to be dying a lot at just inopportune times, but Uber is kind of making up for that. putting out crazy damage. And Breakfast Jr., so yeah, here's the top damages. It's Hildreth, Ubers, Quintosh, and then Breakfast Jr. You know, all around each other, almost all at 8,000 damage, and the closest one to that is Zoob at 6,000. So it's a lot of damage. I mean, as you said, they were on defense for a while there, but it's like, I mean, they're doing work. Definitely Chessclub stepped it up that round coming into this, and just, you know, kind of again, it's coming down to everything. This game pretty much is going to decide.
Round, if Chessclub win this round, then I think they'll pretty much be guaranteed top spot if they do the business versus Premtech.
Yeah, and did we talk about that on cast about how they usually lose the first spot, usually loses in finals?
First spot usually loses. You don't want that.
Yeah, that's kind of
the last three people who won the regular season, SNSD, Highpander, and It's All Good, all went on to lose in the final. I think they all went on to lose in the final in straight maps as well. Yeah, in fact they did. God, you really do not want first spot. This is... You better be throwing.
I think maybe that's what Hildreth is doing. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, Hildreth is his master plan. He's got Mookie in to help them through the game. He's got Kisakawa and Medic to help them through the game.
So here we go, start of the third round. Everything comes down to this. We got Chessclub coming out on offense first. They did a kind of a slow job, about 8 minutes on offense the first time, but their defense on this, I'm sorry,
the second time,
the second time was 8 minutes, but their defense really stood the test of time, I guess. Yeah, that kind of works. Either way here, this is it for everything. Again, as you're kind of saying, this is going to be deciding basically who gets that first spot here. As, we get the setups time started. Oh, it reset, that's why, because they did the Archon thing. So I'm wrong. Chessclub starting on defense here. And which teams? Tricking me again. The Chessclub starting off on defense. Highpander starting on offense. Highpander, when they started on offense last time, did 4 minutes and 38 seconds, and he just got held on the last time on offense. We'll see what they're able to do. If they're going to be...
Hildreth is mad in chat. He says Pidox is watching the cast. Pidox being their heavy who's not playing. What an asshole.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe Pidox is traveling for...
He's in a hotel, apparently. He's in a hotel. You're right off, Pidox.
Man, I just played the Grand Finals. in the UGC Grand Finals in a stranger's house. I literally made a post on Reddit and played in somebody's house I did not know because I wanted to play in a game so badly.
That's
Pidox, step up.
Now you see, Banana Man has moved his gun forward on B. He's using the same spot. Well, not the same spot that Nyunin used, but he's using a similar spot.
Yeah, similar spot.
Or Ball Bubbler.
That's kind of, yeah, the stuff that I never actually seen before where it's a little bit more to the left-hand side. It's a little bit more covered up. I actually really like that. But here we go in, the A-cap going down right away. I mean, they waste no time to get, like, I don't know, it's so crazy. There's not even a little bit of contesting on A as it's going down. And just a few kills coming out here. Hildreth is down. Grinchabob does take down the Pyro, so it's going to give a little bit, as the Pyro does take 10 seconds to respawn. They might be able to get it. This would be a good time to push right away. If you can do it, like in the next 5 seconds, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, as we're just starting to get the rotation through B here, and the pop shoot comes through soon, but I like this a little bit more aggressive hold out of Chessclub.
Well, it's also going to stop Hildreth doing what he was doing, which was just trying to get that force in. But with that force the gun back, again, very cheaply, they forced the gun back to rescue Ranger. And
here comes Zoop!
Comes in.
Zoop does go down. And that is the first time I think one of their suicides hasn't worked here, as about 5 players do go down. I mean, but it's not a lot of time wasted, because look at this, they just lost 5 players. Their 5 players have respawned now. Kind of to your point earlier, that when they die at the same wave, they get to, you want to die quickly if you're going to die.
Well, it was a very good push from Highpander, because it didn't work, but it was still coordinated. It was still, their players all got in, the spy was in behind. And now they've forced Chessclub back, and now they're able to get this ground for free a lot more easily. You're seeing that all of Chessclub is stood in one small spot, and that's just basically mana.
And Quintosh
Demo Man
being taken down again, and look at how much free ground. I see what you're saying. You know,
like they've got the Uber.
They're just suiciding
and
creating
comes
space.
in with the Uber really late. It's too late now. Like he's on a heavy. It's now chasing another heavy, and he's gonna die really cheaply. Yeah, this is just weird.
I mean, they did get some kills in their way, but actually, yeah, they're going to go down as well. Soldier and Spy behind. But Quintosh did get respawned. Yeah, they might actually have a chance at this. Hildreth does get a little bit aggressive, but Grinchabob taking out Quintosh. That's who they needed to keep alive, and their engineer goes down as well. There's no way they're holding this point. But Sprayer does keep alive, And actually, Chessclub does lost charge. I don't know if
I think
he went
must have
down
died
in that
at
fight.
the end of that charge. Yeah.
So that's actually not a terrible... I mean, it kind of seemed really weird in this spot, but it kind of worked out for them as they were able to get an extra 30 seconds, and they're going to actually have an uber advantage now. And actually, Chessclub went down to Atomic. That's who he died to the Scout. And really low health out here on the offense as they're starting to push through the B corridor here. But Spur does have the uber advantage, and actually Scout coming from behind. Quintosh taking some damage, and Engineer over the top. As we're kind of holding here, Engineer trying to get aggressive. Bobbler goes down. Zoob gets the drop! What?
I didn't even see that. Did he come around the back?
He came around from the back side, and I didn't even see it. He just went so high up in the air, and he just did 2 rockets, one after the other, onto Sprayer. Are you kidding me?
Seems like
wow.
that's the first big plays I've seen Zoob made. Screw Zoob.
And it looks like we got a pause here, or I'm just connecting.
No, we've got the pause. I've got the pause as well. Unless the servers died, which would be even more hilarious. But I'm kind of surprised because it looks like they're going for the D hold now. Yeah, Hildreth's already stickying up the D spawn. So they're ignoring C. They could come in and get C for free right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is it. I don't think it's necessarily wrong to do that play.
Yeah, this is fine.
Because they have so many players alive.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like they have such a player advantage. But yeah.
It's just that by the time they get up and around to D, the people will probably have started respawning. I just think that getting this C would be a free point. Oh, and we're live again.
Yeah, and Sniper does go down to Uber's there. A little bit odd.
Have you seen where the
usually
gun
play with
is? Have you
shotgun?
seen where the level 3 is?
Yeah, in the A corridor. Yeah. I've started playing that this last season. I actually kind of like it. It's a little bit further back than I usually play it, but it looks like they didn't even have to go through the A corridor here. He'll just come in here. Does see the spy, does take down Kazul. Kazul's having a little bit of a struggling of a game today as a soldier, getting �2 on the cap. I'm getting a lot of little movement around here as a kid holding on to that Uber charge.
It's almost like Zoob has listened to what I said. Zoob, get on the point.
Yeah. No, I mean,
So
just that.
this is good. I mean, they've got 4x in the point, and there's nobody.
Here comes Quintosh.
From underneath.
He does
goes
bounce
down.
off Zoob off point, but Zoob is going to stay alive despite, and, you know, yeah, everybody's basically down. They're going to capture this point, and this might be better than the first round.
Oh, well, the sandwich gets thrown on. That's huge. That's amazing.
Wow, 4 minutes and 25 seconds. They actually beat their first round there.
Yeah, I'm surprised that worked so well. Oh well. Quintosh says, dumb map, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
And,
the reason
he's quit. He's rage quit. He's not on the server. Tosh is not on the server. Oh,
Wow.
this must be the pause. Okay, this is where the pause came in. Ah, okay. Never mind. That's hilarious.
he rejoined the game. Wow.
Why he is always mad? Says problem.
Why have to be mad? Only game? But yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know, it kind of seemed to there is that they you know, Hildreth, they had 9 alive, the other team had 4 alive, they had Uber advantage, they decided to go for it.
Yeah.
And the thing is with that, when you go for that E-push, it's easy to counter if you work, I mean, I shouldn't say it's easy, but you can counter it if you work together, you have your demo alive, and you come from the proper area. And it just seems like they didn't do that. Like, they just kind of were like, I don't know, like, they just were like too passive.
It's kind of like what I
move a
was
second.
saying earlier about if you get the wipe on B, it's a lot easier to actually like do that E push, and that's kind of what they did there because Chessclub came back in and like then they lost a lot of players quite quickly, and that's you know how it all happened. And I don't think they should have come back in after that Uber, after Sprayer Ubered. They should have Ubered a bit earlier and maybe got the Uber out of Highpander earlier and then backed out. Whereas this way they didn't really do that. But
And
we'll
here
see
we
how-
are. Yeah, sorry. It just like we're kind of at a reset here, waiting for what. But Tracker taking down Hildreth. That might be what they need to go, and they need to go right now. 3 minutes and 44 seconds left on the clock here.
Yep,
and actually,
Uber
just as
comes
they said
straight
that,
in.
here comes the jump over the top. Does force the mech right away, but he's pretty hurt. But does take down the engineer. Gun goes down right away, and this is looking very much in their favor here, as it's just a heavy forward. The Pyro does. Mookie did came from behind and got at least 1 kill and distracted the combo. The heavy is alive at 200, 150 HP, but he's going to stay alive,
He needs to back
being
out
healed
right
up.
now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they're going
Hilda's
to be able
here
to
now,
take
actually.
point if they
They're
play
just
it
gonna split up.
correctly.
If Yangpai gets in on Quintosh, yes, Yangpai gets in on Quintosh, and that's going to really help this.
Yeah, they need to take down Hildreth. They're also not going to have a chance at this. And here comes Zoob over the top, jumping, and he's going to back out here. And they need to take some ground. They're giving up so much space. Highpander is, but they need to punish them for it. Hildreth taking down Atomic there.
On the medic.
Ooh, gets taken down. Nice tracking by Breakfast Jr. there. And still, again, not enough time on this clock. 3 minutes left. Yangpai getting a little bit aggressive, just spamming some point, and Hildreth goes down to Tracker. And that is the opening they needed here on this B point. The Sprayer does have its 100% Uber.
They both got 100% Uber, yeah.
Mookie's actually in a really cute spot here as well. I don't know if they know he's here, but he's directly behind the combo. Here the gun was actually at E, and I'm wondering with the combo's currently in this B corridor. What are they going to do here?
I'm just on the Mookie cam. I'll let you know what Mookie does.
All right, you let me know if he starts
He's doing
moving.
nothing. He's gonna die.
Ah, he dies.
Inches from the health pack. Get wrecked, Mookie.
And here comes Hildreth actually in that lower E area. And it looks like they're trying to figure out what they want to do. 2 minutes left on the clock. It is certainly possible to capture this, but they need to shut down that B corridor. That's where Hildreth messed them up last time, and that's where they're probably going to do it again. Grunchbob does get caught out by Breakfast Jr. there. And I'm just trying to figure out what are they trying to do. Banana Man, Kazul goes down. They're just losing a little bit too many players, even if they are just the flank players.
They're moving across this D area, but it's not going to be as effective because the combo's already out. They're not in D.
They need to They need to kill Hildreth in this area. And actually, what are they doing? They pop Uber in this lower E area, but it's not going to be on anybody. Kisakela pops. It looks like Uber came around on the backside, but Kisakela a little bit not on the same coordination level. And Scissors goes down, Sprayers goes down, Kazul goes down, everybody going down. No medic for Chessclub here, and they are just in a cluster right now.
Oh, Quintosh donks! Kisakela!
Wow, and they have it. I mean, they need to get C right now. Like, there's only 2 alive or get to E. One of the 2. They need to make up their mind. And here they do. They decide to go E times 5 on E.
5x on E.
They need to spawn camp that door. They need to do it right now. Engineer's going to get going. Does he not see him? He doesn't see him. Quintosh actually might be caught out by the engineer here. Bubble Gobbler. No, does get taken out by the Sticky, but Mookie does take him down, and not having a Demo Man is going to be a big deal. But ×2 on the point. This is very realistic here, as Hildreth is just starting to make the rotation. Scout, Atomic on the point, but he is Girardi. ×2. He's going to jump off the point. What are you doing? Here comes the Heavy onto the point, making some spam, but he goes down to a headshot by Tracker. ×2 on the point. Stab goes down onto Mookie there. Kisakela with a 2K. Oh my gosh, 1x1 on this point. 30 seconds left. They can do this. They have to be got it. Wow. 4-minute capture time and 3-minute 59 capture time. And Chessclub takes this and pretty much guarantees them the top spot.
Yeah, they have a little bit of work to do against. Oh, here we go. Sprayer in shot, low pandered. Oh, the smack talk. Good work, smack talking after the game. That's the best time to smack talk.
I can't believe that. They look so disjointed that entire third round. I don't know what the hell happened that they pulled it together. I know. What did you see? What do you think was a turning point in that round that allowed them to take that final point?
I don't even know. It was just really nothing seemed to happen. Yeah, I don't really like. Kisakala must have died because their combo was just going. I think the thing is that when they went down and they had that fairly poor Uber underneath in between C and underneath C, that C area, they didn't really get much done. But then Quintosh and Ubers survived, and then they were able to get quite a lot of frags and damage out there. They killed Kisakala, and that was when they had the chance to actually push the E point. And they did do that. As you said, they either had to go for C straight away or they went to E. They went to E, and that was probably the right call in the end. And their player just got on the point. Yeah, I think it's really surprising, given how limp Chessclub appeared in the first round, that that they were able to kind of turn it around now.
Well, I think the thing is that it seemed to me that Chessclub, they kind of struggled with doing that E push because they didn't understand that they needed to take out the combo. Like, it seemed like they kind of kept, we're going to camp the E spawn door, but then we're going to just ignore Hildreth spamming stickies onto the point. In that final round, they had that weird Uber, as you said, in the pop, and then Ubers came around the backside, forced Kisakela, so it's kind of this really weird Uber. And there was some exchange there between all of the players. Everybody was just kind of a cluster, and as you said, yeah, just everyone down. And I think it was just that coordination, accidental, maybe purposely, out of Chessclub to kind of come from both sides and be able to just kind of take down the combo, and they were able to react. I didn't even think that was. I was kind of worried they didn't make the correct play, by not going for C there, but clearly I was wrong, and they were in the right there with capturing. Even they had like 30 seconds left on the clock. Even at the end, they did a great job. I did not think they had a chance.
No, I certainly after after Highpander put in the 4-minute time, I'd have thought that they had every chance of winning it. I think the thing is in Steel, teams get too scared of whenever another team puts up a fast time, because it's equally possible for anybody to put up a fast time on this map.
Right.
Because you just need to get one wipe, and then you're done E.
And I mean, you called that out right away.
That was the one. That was the one thing. Like that. That's why the first round seems like such an aberration, because Chessclub didn't really try to do anything, and they were never wiped. Really, they just kept ground really, really cheap for no real reason. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, any final words below? Did you want to add in here?
Hello.
Yeah, we're getting interviews apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
What? Don't you want to see?
Well,
no, I don't mind. Yeah, John asked me, and I said yeah, but I didn't want to cut off Sigafoo when he was in full throw. But,
no, it's all
yeah,
good.
Scissors, you're the main man. You're the captain. I don't want to talk to these other suckers right now. Scissors, why were Chessclub so crap in the first round?
Actually, I think it's better if you talk to those, because I have no fucking idea what happened in the last 40 minutes at all.
Give it to Quintos, I think.
Yeah, well, in the first round, I guess or at least me, I had the feeling that I got caught a lot and didn't make the space for the team that we needed to get, which resulted in people just rushing us. They have really good rushing coordination, I would say. I don't know if they coordinated deliberately or if it's just
no, the coordination out of Highpander did appear to be quite good, but it just seemed to me and Sigafoo when we were watching the game, like especially on B, like B was the clearest example of this, that even though you had the Uber, you had a lot of players up, you kind of just backed out. You didn't do anything. You kind of stood in a small area and let Hilda put in a load of damage on you.
Yeah,
and it seemed
situational.
Like, yeah, but as I said, it just didn't seem at all in keeping with how you've been playing this season. Did you just need some time to get warmed up?
I guess.
The thing I noticed on B was, like, I don't know if you noticed, we used a different sentry spot in the first round than we did in the others.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Most teams, when we use that spot, like, what we do is, like, we take so much ground on the B point, like, we force them to focus on several places. But Highpander were really good at, like, locking us into, like you said, in a tight spot where they could just all focus us down.
Yeah, well, I think Hilda's bomb came in and did some damage, and then you were kind of more afraid of standing further forward because you knew the Uber was going to come in. But from our perspective, you kind of need to be there to make them use that Uber, because otherwise they're not going to use it. I mean, Kezakala drops all the time because he doesn't use that Uber.
Wow. Said it.
Call out, Kezakala. Called out. And yeah, similarly, when we were watching him on the second round, again, we kind of thought, okay, Chessclub are doing okay here, but why aren't they actually getting on the point? It seemed that you went for that DE hole quite a lot. Unfortunately, Breakfast isn't here, Breakfast and Sprayer, but they seem to be really disconnected from you quite a lot of the time, Quintosh. Like
connected from me or
disconnected
within
from
each
you.
other?
Like, you
Yeah,
would go off to sticky up some area, and then
like in the
Breakfast
first
Junior
round
would
it
just
was
drop down underneath in that C area and do nothing for 2 minutes.
Yeah, in the first round it was horrible, but in the other rounds I felt that it's really situational. Like, especially if you hold like C, you can like roam around easily. Like you can hold lower and sticky up the glitched gate or whatever it is.
Yeah.
With the stickies that you can shoot through.
Yeah. But the damage through great, yeah.
But yeah, in the first round it was mostly horrible mistakes and I got caught a lot. And I was mostly not aware of where my team was and if they were able to help me. So that's why I was mostly facing like 1v5s because they were suddenly rushing into me from every single side.
It felt like everyone was trying to adapt to what they were doing, and we were doing it all completely different things. And one of us were trying to block them here, and group were trying to block them there, and we just weren't together. And then as soon as we just got our heads together and we played with each other, we held them.
Well, I mean, from what we saw, like a lot of it, you know, Ubers was the one who was making the big plays for you today.
Yeah, big Ubers.
He seemed to catch out Kisakala a few times. He whipped down Kisakala at one point, which was hilarious. But like it, obviously this is an issue with Steel. That Steel can be a very coin tossy kind of map if you just get one good exchange and you can snowball from there. But like how much like preparation did you actually put into playing Steel? Because as you say, you switched around your gun spots on B and things like that there.
We had massive amounts of strats, and we practice a lot on what we have to react to when this and that happens. And I think we actually expected us to like take this flawlessly, of course, but they were just so different from all the other teams. Like it was really different.
The situation in the EU Highlander at the moment, though, isn't it? Really.
I don't think it's because like today that happened they were like better than the other teams. It's just they did something the other teams didn't. Like when the way we play Steel relies a lot on like that we do things methodically. Like we do this, then we get our hold there, and we get our sentry up there, and then we can hold it for like a long time. But Highpander just felt to me like they put emphasis on areas where the other teams didn't. Like I don't think we lost a single PCW this entire weekend Steel, to be honest, did we? Because like all other teams they like did what we would expect them to do, but Highpander put like people at other places where we didn't. So they, for example, they didn't allow us to get our proper holds up we normally would, and it really threw us off. Like we rebound from that, and so I think that was the reason we lost that one round.
But we managed to deal with it. Like we looked through their strats and what they were trying to do and reacted to it in the second and the third round instantly.
When you guys were coming into the third round after giving up the 4-minute and 38-second time, which is ridiculously fast, or pretty damn fast for Steel, were you guys pretty nervous, or did you kind of come in like, did you know like exactly how you wanted to play it, or did you just kind of react to the situation?
We knew that we could cap faster than the time that they set us.
Everyone knew in what way we have to do it. Like we've practiced an A, B, E rush like so many times. And everyone knew what they had to do, and that's why we won the game, I guess.
I've got to give Scissors credit, actually, at the start, because you could kind of tell that everyone's head was getting a little bit down after that quite fast time, and then Scissors was just like, nah, just got to get together. We've done it faster than this before. We're gonna do it again. They're not that big. Just do it. And we just got on with it and did it.
Like
what do you think was
the first round? Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead, Scissors. Go ahead.
No, what I wanted to say was like I'm really happy with the way that we dealt with it, because in the first round when they got like that really good time against us, you could kind of feel like the panic coming in and shit. What do we do now? But the second time, people like managed to keep their heads cool, and we like took it slow and easy. So I'm happy with the way the team responded to the pressure.
What do you think was the turning point in that round? What do you like? What happened to that? Because it seemed like you guys were kind of like you got B. And then you guys were kind of pushing through, and then it seemed like you're really struggling there for a while. Your combo kind of got caught out in lower E, kind of had a weird/bad Uber that didn't really accomplish much, and then all of a sudden, you guys kind of like found your groove and you got a bunch of kills. Like, what happened in that situation that kind of allowed the tides to turn?
The third round.
The third round. In the third round,
where Quintos
I guess
Kisakala.
Yeah, they got horribly caught by me and Kazul later when Kisakala respawned. Like, I think he got a 3k chainsaw or something, but they all got caught, and Breakfast and Spray knew what they had to do in that situation, and that was to rotate to this one and hold it, and that's why we got all the cap time, because they didn't really have anything to blow us off the point.
Yeah.
That was a big turning tide, because they just got caught in that lower area.
Yeah, because it didn't really seem like anything was on at that point. It seemed like a really poor Uber from you, and then it just suddenly, coin toss, flip the other way, and just atomic on the point, dodging so much, and got a lot of time really, really cheaply. Well, really effectively. So, given that you're guaranteed playoffs now, I can't bother working in the mass, and if you beat Premtech, which I'm sure you're confident of,
Yeah.
Will you be picking Steel if Highpander are facing you in the final?
We're
That's a
not
little bit
really
risky.
into the coin tossing maps. Like we've seen Highpander lose to Stacked on Gravel Pit, and yeah, this was also really like back and forth, and you couldn't really see through why the tide suddenly turned. Like what just happened? Like why are we suddenly winning, or why are we suddenly losing? The map just doesn't make sense. Like. And that's why we're probably sticking with maps we're confident with.
Makes sense.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Yeah. Any final shoutouts before we wrap this up, guys?
Shout out to Stakey. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Shout out to Yoshi for making his comeback.
Shout out to Ubers and Atomic, the best Russians in the world.
Bulow, you got anything you want to toss up before we go?
Shout out to Mookie for being really crap on Pyro.
I love the run-ins all the time. Well, thank you so much for John to reaching out for me and Blackout Gaming and all of everybody who helped produce this. And thank you guys all for coming out here and giving us a great game to cast. And everyone have a great night.